let the traffic deviate on at least Saturday and Sunday. So we will have at least a pleasurable time, summertime, but not like this summer because every Sunday and Saturday there is raining. So the mall don't work sometimes. But hopefully the rain won't go away. This thing will work. The bus stop, I agree with her. She is privy to the DOT study. I agree with that 73rd Street bus is not a good idea.
I feel that the removal of the bus stop there was unfortunate, especially because parking meters were put in place of the bus stop. And I think that that actually has caused more congestion there. I don't know where you're getting your figures from, but I know that there's a lot of people in this room right here and now who live on 73rd Street, and if you were to ask them if the congestion along 73rd Street is any less than what it was, I think they would tend to disagree with you. The horn honking, the congestion, and everything that goes on there is still just as horrible as it's ever been. You know, the other problem, I think, with 73rd Street is that you have one part of 73rd Street on the other side of Roosevelt Avenue that goes north, and you have the part on this side that goes south, and the cars, you know, kind of collide with each other, not literally, but they're going in, you know, they're hitting each other, going in opposite directions there. And I think that's one thing that should be changed as well. I think the other thing that you could do with 73rd Street is to change the bus route and move that bus route to go down by Broadway and loop around the other way around. That might also be a solution. Some of these things we've offered and we've suggested to the incumbent council member, but none of them were acted upon. And in regards to the $1.7 million with Travers Park, I don't really stand to be corrected because you never did have a meeting with the Friends of Travers Park, which is the most important stakeholders in the park. And I think that's something that really needs to be put out there.
I'll take my time to answer that, if that's all right. I don't have to answer that.
I'm not in this fight.
No, it's not. It's not a fight, it's actually correcting something, because the Friends of Travers Park were in my office, Lenny Maniaci and the rest, with the Parks Department and Community Board 3. So you stand to be corrected, and I think when you state facts, which you have a habit of lying, you should stop that. Because it's deceiving to you. Because he just said the truth.
Shame on you, Helen.
Shame. Shame. It's the truth.
Daniel Fromm is not a liar.
I love to see they fight each other. You know, the funny thing is, the funny thing is that when she ran 2 times, my best friend Danny supported her wholeheartedly. Let them fight. I like that.
That's not true either. I supported Jimmy Van Bremer the first time around, and Helen knows that as well. I won't even dignify that comment made by the council member because I think it's really totally inappropriate. And I think we can have reasonable disagreements with each other about the facts and not be called a liar. And I think that's one of the problems with this administration. And that's why I think it's time to change. We don't need this type of destructive politics any longer in this neighborhood. We need somebody who can bring people together, not separate people.
Shooter for that.
Okay, we have one more quick round of follow-up questions for our candidates, and then we're going to open it up to all of you. So I have a quick question for each of you. Stanley, you talked about your plan to bring 10,000 new streets. No, I'm sorry, new trees. 10,000 new trees to the streets of the district. You also said that our streets are so narrow and our sidewalks are so congested. Where would you put those trees? And then hold your response because I'm gonna ask a question for our other 2 candidates. Both of you spoke to the need for a new municipal parking garage. 2 questions related to that. One, aren't you concerned that that would just induce more car ownership? And what would you do to guard against that? Perhaps price the spaces. My other question related to this issue of municipal parking garages, you both spoke to the dearth of open green space, and you don't even have a true park in the district. If there's room for a municipal parking garage, why isn't there room for a public park?
want me to answer first or? Okay, good. I tell you where is, first of all, I don't know you are familiar with 25, District 25. We have Lafayette City, Rego Park, Corona, part of Corona, almost all Amherst, and Jackson Heights, and East Amherst. There's a lot of rooms out here. Now, when you live and you look at Jackson Heights is the only district of 25, then you don't find places put trees. That's where the problem with my two candidates. They live here, they enjoy, they live the historic district, they think that it is that District 25. If you look around, there are plenty of places where you can. I'm not bringing big trees, or I'm not bringing big roads. I'm bringing small trees all over the place. East Amherst has a lot of places. Amherst has a lot of places. Lafayette City have it. Rego Park have it. Jackson Heights is the only place where you see trees on 34, 35, and 37, one side of 37. All the rest of the streets need a lot of trees. Now, about the parking space, they said, I don't know where they're going to find a parking space. Now, your apprehension is, when you put a garage, people are going to buy more car? People are going to buy car anyway. With all this price, people are buying car. It has nothing to do with the garage. People are trying to they buy the car, even the price is high. So, making a garage is equal to people how they buy, that is not a relevant question. But basically in this neighborhood, you can find, I tell you that, 73rd Street, there is a church there. And there is a Filipino, I think that Filipino people are doing a business. Maybe we take that place, not the eminent domain, we deal with them, maybe we build a parking garage on top of it. It's not going to be a playground, it's a parking garage. Thank you.
I agree. I think any development that comes into the neighborhood must provide that type of parking as well. I think that's one solution to it. It's also a matter of balancing things. I think there are some competing needs here. We do have a vibrant Indian community, South Asian community, and many of the people who come and shop here come from outside the area. Of course, our objective is to encourage use of mass transportation, but the fact of the matter is that some of them do come from Jersey and places like that, and they don't use it. So there's the competition for that space. In terms of the extension of Travis Park and another park space, I think the use of eminent domain is perfectly right, and which should already have been begun by the incumbent in terms of moving in that direction.
There are a few places, and I think Stanley mentioned one of them, to put in garages. There was going to be a development there with a garage on the top. That development never took place. The property owner doesn't know quite what he wants to do with it, and he needs to have some assistance. I've also asked the garage that is near my corner to build up and help him to do that, rather than just having all his space level. He didn't want to do it. Now, we have a system where when people don't want to do something, we don't make them do it by force. So I have been urging this man, when his lease is renewable, that he must work with my office so that he will build up, not take away the light, but to accommodate more cars. And I happen to agree with Stanley. We have very viable commercial areas. 73rd Street, 74th Street, and it's a tri-state shopping center. They don't come by public transportation, they come by their cars. And where do they take the spaces? They take the meters and they never move. We have reasons for congestion. The meters are our parking lots and they move in and out. When those meters were, when the law was passed to stop feeding the meters on Sunday, it affected our commercial areas very badly.